What makes you think so? In your opinion? Why do you think we should be united?
The first things, as I believed, there must be information transfer.
Okay.
Ethiopian have her own system of the working. And also there is other system in Kenya or Uganda, in different country. So if there is a flow of information through this country, we can join us.
Okay.
And we can come together, we can work
together.
Yeah, like Europeans.
Yeah.
In the same issue, they help each other.
Yeah.
If you see the scholarship, when you try the own scholarship, they give most of the time for their
own.
Yeah. For the Africans.
And you cannot blame them for that.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. You need to think about your own first. Before you go, so it's a law of nature. Yeah. And then so as you're saying, do you think like maybe this is just a conversation, do you think like Africa, like we can have like one governmental system, like maybe example like the system like in America, they have 50 states but they got one president, one military, one passport, one currency. Do you think it's possible in Africa as well?
Yeah, it's possible. But the most important thing is discussion.
Education?
No, discussion.
Oh, discussion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We must know each other. You know, there is a lot of
barriers.
Yeah. That's made from the Europeans.
The colonial boundaries.
Yeah. By the way, in this time, there is modern colonization system.
Neo-colonialism.
All African peoples without to work in other country because of a lot of inflation is there in Africa as a whole. So, if you teach or if you talked more closely, we can build powerful that have the potential and knowledgeable people we can create. I believe on that.
You believe we can have a one governmental system?
Yeah.
And do you think one governmental system like that of America, do you think if we have it in Africa, what do you envision if we have like that kind of system in Africa? What do you think Africa will look like? Africa will be like with our resources, with our with our natural resources, with our human resources. How do you, as a young African, how do you envision like a potential united Africa? How do you see Africa? What do you think Africa will look like if we are united?
Africa have a lot of what we call
resources,
So if we can use it, we can attract all over the world. By the way, we are selling our resources for other country. Negligible amounts, if they don't have Africa, they can't innovate anything because everything take from Africa. So if we use our resources in Africa, example, if there is some mineral in Ethiopia, if there is someone else that know how we can use that mineral, so we share knowledge and we can build something. So that's
wow, you are on point on that. If like we are able to use our resources for the good of Africa, I think no African will, just as you said, no African will want to travel to maybe America for greener pastures, because after all, Africa is greener than any continent in the world. But unfortunately, we are not able to use what we have for our own good. Why? Because we are not strong. And the reason why we are not strong is because we are not united. So if we are united, we will be strong. And then if we are strong, we will use what we have for the good for our own good. But for now, we cannot blame the graduates who are running away, who are running out of Africa, because there are no opportunities
to work.
To work. And the reason there are no opportunities because what we have as resources wise does not help us. Isn't it? Oh, that's great. And then my brother as well, Ethiopia has its own calendar.
Its own?
Ethiopia, you have your own calendar. We are in 2016 in Ethiopia calendar.
2016.
16.
Yeah.
So you know, every continent, Europe, Arabia, China, everybody have something that uniquely
Known.
identify to them. They can identify themselves uniquely with their that particular thing. Do you think like Africa as well? Do you think the whole continent should adopt the Ethiopian calendar as our calendar? Because we must have something that we can identify with. Do you think it's possible as well?
As I said, the most important thing is discussion.
Education.
No, discussion.
Oh, discussion.
Yeah.
Oh, like we are discussing now.
Yeah. Example, now you are in Ethiopia. Why are you here?
Yeah, for the unity of Africa. That's my mission.
Yeah. So it doesn't have the problem. Instead of using others country, by the way, it starts from this. Using Africans system is one of the way.
Yeah.
You know, if we have our counting system of the calendar, so it's the better.
Okay.
Why we use the Europeans or why we use
Chinese?
Yeah. You know, so if it's better, we cannot accept it.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's good because, as I said, we must also have something that we can identify with. At least this is unique for us. Yeah, because if the rest of the world is in 2013 and then we in Africa we are in 2016.
Yeah.
If we like, people will want to know as to African calendar is 2016. Other people calendar is 2023. You understand?
Yeah.
So we can identify with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then maybe language wise, we can also adopt a language that all of us can be able to use as an African language, just like the Chinese are doing and other people. Oh, that's great, my brother.
Like Germanist.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, as you said, have you ever traveled outside of Africa before? Out of Ethiopia before?
No.
No.
Yeah, I can't get the chance.
And that is very unfortunate because every young man you ask, have you ever traveled out of Ethiopia before? They tell you no. But if you go to Britain right now, you meet in the streets, you meet every young man you ask, have you ever traveled outside before? They'll tell you, yes, I've been to Spain, I've been to Morocco, I've been to Portugal, I've been to Italy. So they have the opportunity to travel around Europe, but we don't have the opportunity to do that. Why do you think? What do you think is the reason?
The reason, as I said, it's a colonization. You know? Every people want to travel to other country to get a good thing. You know? So like, as you say, the Portuguese. Most of the people, as you know, they migrate to a lot of countries, to the UK.
Yeah.
You know? So that's why they want to go there. You know.
Yeah.
So in Africa,
we don't have that opportunity.
Even we not think it.
Yeah.
Even.
Because we have been caged inside our so-called smaller countries. Yeah. So, and I think, do you think is that the reason why? Because we are not able to travel as Africans within Africa, is that the reason why we don't appreciate what the continent can give to us?
I don't hear you.
What I mean is, you see, when you ask a young European, maybe British, German, Portuguese, French, if you meet every young man or woman and you ask them, have you traveled outside before? They tell you, yeah, I've been to maybe 10 different countries. Yeah. So because of that, they appreciate what Europe has. But me and you, we are Africans. Yeah. We never travel outside of our country. Yeah. Because of that, we cannot appreciate what our continent, Africa, has for us.
Yeah.
So, like, do you think is our lack of traveling is the reason why we, the youth of Africa, don't appreciate what Africa has for us? That's why we always want to travel to America and co.
Okay. Yeah, we now move to Africa.
Yeah.
As I said before. So, I can't share what I have for Africans. You know,
good.
Like
that's
Kenya,
what I mean. Yeah.
That Uganda. So they don't have idea about what Ethiopia have.
Yes.
Now you get here a lot of information. By the way, at this time we talk to each other. Yeah. You get a lot of information from me. So
yeah, and you also get from me. So we share ideas as to what we can do for a better Africa.
Yeah.
So that's good. So in your opinion, you think the more we have the opportunity as youth of Africa to travel around, the more we can appreciate and share information among ourselves. And in that case, it will be easy for us to talk about the unity of Africa. Oh, that's great. That's great. I really appreciate that. So yes, I'm here in the neighborhood. We are spreading the message of One Africa, the unity of Africa. So we are here with our brother, and our brother is really sharing good message about the possible unity of Africa. And what he said is that what we should do is, for us to realize a united Africa, we must be sharing information among ourselves, and with that we'll be able to appreciate him as an Ethiopian, me as a so-called Ghanaian, will now be able to appreciate that we are one people at the end of the day, if we are able to share information and travel around. But as long as we remain in our smaller countries, so-called countries, we will not be able to appreciate what we have. And then with that lack of appreciation, we will not be able to realize the unity of Africa as quickly as we may want. So yes, traveling around Africa, sharing information among ourselves as the youth of Africa is very, very important, as my brother said. So my brother, do you think Africa is the future?
I have. At this time, currently, I want to work out of my aim. I want to work out of the Africa.
You want to go out?
Yeah. But the main reason that I want to work there is to take informations or working habits that they have.
Yeah.
So after that, I want to come here and I want to work.
Implement whatever you learn, experience you gain.
That I get from
outside.
For
the good
and
of
I can
Africa.
help. Apparently, my intentions was, in Africa, in Ethiopia, because a lot of people is there in the trouble. So to give the knowledge.
To get the knowledge, okay.
To give the knowledge.
Okay.
In my free time, I teach grade 8, grade 9, and grade 10 students.
Oh, that's good. That's very good patriotism.
This is what I start from. If I get the chance, I will learn in other country, whatever it is. Then I would like to help. But I change in my mind because I feel as I get one other additional country right now from the Africa. Now you came here, so my intention was only to help Ethiopia first.
First.
When you came here and you talk to me, I add one other country because if I get any something, I can call you, I can tell you, then
together
we are now two.
Wow, this is so powerful. So what my brother is saying is that initially he was thinking of he wanted to maybe move out of Africa, and then initially all that he was thinking is Ethiopia. He was thinking he want to gain more knowledge to help Ethiopia. But with the coming of One Africa mission, right now we're having this conversation. He has now broadened his mind to add additional African countries so that together we can all share information and help build Africa, not just now. So now he has broadened his horizon. He's no more thinking only about Ethiopia. The coming of One Africa mission has now led him to think broadly about the continent of Africa. Maybe he's now thinking of maybe Ghana, Sierra Leone, maybe Kenya. So he has now added more into his thinking rather than just limiting it to Ethiopia. That's really great, my brother. We really thank you very much for that. We appreciate your time. And then we will want you to continue, to join the mission so that together we will all fight for a better Africa, just for me and you. And the next generation of Africans, for our children. I think we deserve better as Africans than we are getting now. All right, cheers. Thank you very much, my brother. We appreciate your time.
Okay.